we going to fishing today?
Yeah, today we are in the north of Bali on the beautiful beach of Lovina, and to continue our cooking adventure, we will try to catch a snapper and come back home before the sunset. We will also watch the beautiful sunset on the boat, and if we catch something, we're gonna grill it.
I'm sure we get some fish.
We're sure we can catch some fish, so the local, he's guaranteeing we're gonna catch something, so let's see it. Wow, this is beautiful. So I've never been fishing in my entire life, and I will be relying my whole skill on him. We will try to catch it in 2 hours, which we usually know when your father goes to fishing, it takes an entire week.
But today is very different.
Today is a lucky day.
Yeah.
We're manifesting.
I have to put my mantra now. Get the fish.
You put what?
My mantra.
Your mantra.
When pala rasa alu.
Now it's gonna go for sure.
Now it's gonna come, yeah. Now you got it. At this point, it's like I don't even need to think if I will catch the fish. I just want to imagine how many I want. To explain the situation, basically I didn't catch anything, but they already knew about this, so they already prepared some fish for us, and we didn't get to cook it. It's already grilled. I don't know what we will do. Maybe tomorrow we will go to the market and buy some other fish and grill it. But for now, yeah, this is what we got. Because we didn't catch anything yesterday, I wanted to make it up to you by preparing a recipe that I would be cooking if I was at home alone. So it will be a recipe of the red snapper, the fish that we were hunting, and some Mediterranean vegetables. And now we will go ahead to the step 1. Potatoes, which is very simple. You just boil them. And the step 2, it will include celery, some fish bones, and onion. For the second step of preparation, we'll be making garlic oil and thyme oil mixed with nuts. So this is a pretty simple process. We just fine mince the garlic, put it inside the oil. It's gonna aromatize in the oil until all the cooking is finished, and this is it. It's very simple. And for the thyme, we're gonna do the same thing. You can just roughly pick it with your hands, put it into the cup, take your cashews, there we go. Now we will start with the second step, the fish fumet, which is just a fancy name for a fish stock. We have our white mirepoix, which is just celery and onion. Usually in the stock you can also add carrot, but I don't want my stock to get a color. I want it to be white, so then we do it without the carrot. When you're working with a carrot and you don't care if your stock is white or not, then you can even leave the onion skin on. And again, just big pieces. Taking your pot, putting it on medium heat, adding just a touch of oil. You take the fish bone and you put it in. You just want it to get some coloring on the both sides. Just do it on a light fire. You just want to get some color, and you want to get this brown stickiness on the bottom of the pan. This we whole fond. And when you have this is like the extract of flavor. You deglaze it with wine and you get much more complex flavor. We will do the same thing with the vegetables. And the veggies going in. You're gonna put the pan on like super high heat, so it gets very, very hot, and you're gonna deglaze it with the white wine. Scratch the bottom of the pan to get all of the fond to come up top. Now we just want to cook out the wine for just a little bit, and we'll be adding the fish back into it and covering it with water. Then after that, all you need to do is simmer it for 45 minutes. So you do not want to bring it to a boil. You want to just have a very, very light simmer on it. Do it for 45 minutes and your stock is ready. This is what all the restaurants do with all their leftover vegetables that they cannot use in the fine dining. All their fish scraps. When you make stock, then you use 100% of your resources and there's zero waste. Now you will see that we did color our stock a little bit with this fond, but it's not that big of a deal. We will just be using it for the vegetables. If you're using the stock for sauces, then the color is very important. But if you're like us using it for the vegetables, it doesn't really matter because it's just for extra flavor and it's gonna get cooked off. For the next step, we will need potatoes, zucchini, cherry tomatoes, white wine, salt, olive oils, black or green, doesn't matter, capers, lemon, lime, olive oil, thyme and cashew oil, garlic oil, and the most important part, the snapper, the red snapper, which we were supposed to catch yesterday, but that did not happen. I caught a fish that was smaller than our bait. Jesus Christ. First things first, we take the cooked potato and we peel off the skin. Never in my life I had so many people watching me peel a potato. We're gonna put Titanic music while doing this. And then what we want to do with this potato is just cut it into mid-sized irregular cubes. So, just in half, and then any way you like. And now we will do the same with zucchini. We can also prepare the cherry tomatoes. Be a good amount. Start up the fire, putting in the oil. Be generous, everything goes in. The potatoes first. They just need to get browning on them. Pretty high heat, lots of patience. So now I added the potatoes. Gonna salt them how much I think I need. Then after I add the zucchini, I'm gonna salt the zucchini. Then I'm gonna add the cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna salt the cherry separately. So by the end, you just need to test it out, have some finishing touches, and most of the time, you don't even have to do anything to it. It's just gonna be finished food. You flip them over, do the same to the other side. We can add the zucchini. That's enough. And again, you salt the zucchini separately. At this point, you just want to add some browning on all of the pieces, just a bit more complexity. And then, when you do, you'll also have some leftovers, again, the fond at the bottom, which we will deglaze with wine. And we will add the fish stock, we'll make like a nice creamy sauce on the bottom, and the vegetables will be amazing. At this point, we can add the cherry tomato. Now it's getting some color in it, you know. And again, season it a bit. Now try to get the pan as hot as possible before adding the wine. At this point, when you add the wine, you can start adding the aromatic oils. So the garlic oil. And you don't want the garlic pieces really, you just want the oil. If you get some, it's okay, but you don't want too much. Now I want to add the thyme oil. Get all the pieces. At this point you just want to let the wine cook down. Reduce it by like 70%. And now you can see that when we added all the sauces, all the garlic, now what we get at the bottom. Try to flip it over as much as you can in your small pot. Wow. Perfect. Now that it's reduced, there's almost no wine left. Now we introduce our beautiful salmon stock. At this point you just let everything cook and you can add your olives, and now you can notice you get a lot more colors. Your capers. With this fish stock you're just trying to cook the rawness out of zucchini, and this is why you don't even need to cook the potato fully, because it cooks a lot in the sauce as well.
Chef test.
Chef test!
Chef test.
You can see how I burned myself 2 times, you know, 2 tries and 2 times I burned myself. You can see how thick and creamy the sauce is. The saltiness, the zestiness, the freshness. This is like my favorite way to prepare vegetables. The salt levels are good, so this technique that I used to salt every step, it worked. Good job, Anton. We're gonna put this to the side and we'll start preparing the fish. Okay, come with me. And now we'll just put some olive oil and some salt on it. The pan is already heating. And you put a bunch of salt on top. The point of this salt is for it to keep from sticking to the pan actually. So you're just salting the skin a little bit, but you can put a lot of it is going to melt in the pan anyways. And also if you're like super scared that your fish will stick to the bottom, you can salt your pan separately. You always cook the fish skin side down, and when you put it down it's going to struggle, but you have to like press it down firmly. Then after about 10 seconds it's going to relax again, and then you can remove the hand. So every fish, if you have a fillet, just completely cook it on the skin if you can, because the flesh up here is so delicate then that when it even touches the pan it's going to be damaged. And also a good tip is when you put the fish in the pan, don't touch it anymore, because if you try to mess with it too early, the skin on the bottom is going to break and you're not going to have this like nice crispiness. The fish and also chicken, when you put it into the pan, you just let it be like this and it's going to release itself when it's ready. So you just have to listen to your produce. At this point we can also salt the top part. You can be generous with salt, it's a big piece of meat. Garlic oil on top. It's ready to be flipped. You can look at the skin. Perfect. Człowieku, not now. Please, leave the establishment.
wild, actually. Kitchen goes wild.
Woo! Guys! Now when the piece of meat is this big, this side is going to be a lot thicker because this is where the spine was. So you're gonna have to take your spoon and just lean it a bit to this side to cook this. Or you can be smarter and just put it to the side of the pan and cook it like this. Now you're ensuring that you will not overcook this piece, but this piece will be cooked too. For these vegetables, at the end, you just want to get some zest. Lemon and lime. When you add this, it becomes irresistible.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's go. I'm ready to serve. Fish going into the plate, always skin side up. You don't want to put the skin on bottom of the plate, then all the juices are gonna come down and it's gonna be super soggy. Our vegetables. And a bit of this garlic oil. Chef test. First the fish, cooked all the way through. Hot, but yeah. This, like the red snapper, it has such a firm texture. Like the texture is like almost like chicken. So this meat is this fish is very good for people who don't like fish and they want to get into it. It's like it's so firm, so sweet that it actually doesn't even remind you of fish. And the vegetables. My favorite way of preparing vegetables, for sure, Mediterranean vegetables. This is amazing.